What a pleasure it is for me today to be able to talk to you a little bit about the relationship that I've developed over many years with the guy I call Chaplain Joe. I'm a Chief Administrative Officer with Kaiser Permanente. Currently, I oversee our medical group operations in Riverside County, California. When I met Joe, we were colleagues at the South Bay Medical Center, where we provide care to over 200,000 people in the South Bay. I'm out here in Riverside now. I take care of over 430,000 patients out here in Riverside County. When I met Joe, Chaplain Joe as we call him, I was blessed to meet a wonderful, wonderful man. He became part of my life in ways that I could have never imagined. Initially, when I met Chaplain Joe, our relationship was professional, in that he really looked out for the spiritual well-being of our patients and our staff and our doctors in the South Bay. And he did that in such a personal, caring way. I mean, regardless of someone's religious denomination and their beliefs, Chaplain Joe and his team were there for our patients and our staff and our doctors when they needed spiritual support. Joe would travel with us to, one of the first times I remember meeting Chaplain Joe was when we rode a bus together to the Revlon Walk, where we were walking to raise money for breast cancer. My mother died from breast cancer, so that was near and dear to my heart to go out with our staff. We would take 200 of our staff on buses to Los Angeles to do a Revlon Walk and raise money for breast cancer research. And Joe was always there at 5 in the morning to ride with the staff, to say a prayer before we left. And he was a part of our medical center beyond his formal role as the chaplain. People love him, they care about him. He became part of the fabric of the South Bay Medical Center. Every time we did an activity, every time we had something happen where we needed spiritual support, he was there for us. And his formal role, to provide spiritual support and help to our patients and their families. Anytime a patient was in the hospital having a baby, toward the end of their life, Joe would facilitate bringing people from their faith in to support them, or he himself or his chaplaincy team would provide support to the patients. In any event, we became close. We became personal friends. He was very supportive of me in my role as a senior leader, gave me tremendous support. I would say spiritual support, friendship, collegial support as one of our leaders in the medical center. And I had gone through a divorce and had come to a time where I was going to be remarried. And so my fiance, my wife-to-be, and I started to think about who do we want to marry us. And we decided we wanted Chaplain Joe to do our wedding ceremony. And so I reached out to Joe, and he agreed to be part of our wedding and to marry us. And so in June of 2012, we got married, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful thing to have Joe marry us. And we look back on that, and we're just so proud, so pleased at our good fortune to know Joe and his family. I've since learned, during that period of time when we got married and after that Joe has started a mission called the Friendship?
Kindness.
The Kindness Mission, I'm sorry. The Kindness Mission, where he has, for many, many years, for over a decade, been working to improve the health, the education, the life of people in a village in Kenya, in Africa. And we're anxious to be more involved with the work Joe's doing. He's so committed to that. We feel like we want to be part of that. We want to help Joe and support the work he's doing in Kenya to give back to the community where he was raised, where he was a leader, where he came from, to come to this country and bless our lives and so many more people here. So it is an absolute pleasure for me to to say some things about this wonderful man and to give give my testimonial to the work that he's doing.